Okay. Basically, just wanted to start off and use this as this group to look at how we've moved on from the council paper that was present at the last council meeting that hopefully all of you have seen as regards to our thoughts and our proposals around the trading standards practitioner. Just quickly, I just wanted to go over to just make sure that everybody is aware of why we're trying to do this. It's not something that's just come out of the blue. It's a reason. It's part of a bigger picture as regards to our profession, qualifications and otherwise. In no particular order. Why is this needed? As you know, TSI at the moment is looking to work towards charter status. And there's papers going to the council in the next meeting that you will also view to see the benefits of charter status to the institute, and one of the criteria that the Privy Council stipulates is that we can have in our profession a degree level. So that there's a qualification there that officers are able to achieve. So there's a certain standard of qualification that we need to look to. We also would like to once we've got that definition, we can work on as of other professional bodies areas such as key worker status. We can actually provide to the government what a trading standards practitioner is, where they work, and look to achieving key worker status for those officers to be able to benefit from the key worker status issue on housing, etc. Something that we've always been very conscious of is the fact that the trading standards profession has never been recognised in Europe. Our weights and measures qualification is, but other professions are recognised. We also need to be comparable with other professional bodies. I don't know whether you've done a Google search on the website. If you look at under professional bodies, an awful lot are chartered, and an awful lot have the recognised standing of qualifications, and also they have a definition of what a particular officer is like. We have lots of pieces of legislation at the moment, and the government lots of times don't know what to use as regards to what the officers to be called. So you've got the situation now at the moment where for underage sales, for someone to run a project on underage sales, they need to be a weights and measures officer. So we need to be able to make sure there's some consistency. And also, and by no means least, we need to look at a professional standard that we can get people to aspire to, and we can aspire to within. So those are some of the reasons. There are others, but those are some of the main reasons why we're looking at this trading standards practitioner. So it's a bigger picture. Okay, so there's a couple of slides here that just look at the definition, how somebody can achieve it now within the qualifications, and then also how somebody who's already got qualifications, DTS, DCA, etc., we could look to achieving it in the future. Now, if you remember right, there's certain standards with other professional bodies, and if we're going for chartered status, etc., we've got to get a certain standard, and that's at least first degree level. That's what they want us to see. So, we need to think about setting that as a level. So at the moment, a candidate can actually go to one of our accredited universities and can achieve one of our accredited honours degrees. A person would have to come out after that and achieve the core skills portfolio. And then if they've taken in that degree metrology or food, if there's specific skills portfolios that need to do, then that would be it. So that's exactly how it is today. So somebody goes to Manchester University or UWIC or Nottingham Trent, they can come out of that and they go into an authority, or in cases in the future, hopefully in businesses, and they can achieve that and complete that qualification. We're looking also at HDCATs. Now, DCATs, you can see from the next point on the slide, DCATs is not set at first degree level. We don't ask the examiners to examine and assess at first degree level. Where we examine and ask the examiners to examine and assess at that degree is the HDCATs. So a person who's working in the framework and comes out with the HDCATs in the end, that's after they've done foundation and DCATs, would be a person that meets that criteria. Now we've had another thought about this as well, about the DCATs. So we've not set the DCATs at that level. So that's nothing wrong, people can continue to do DCATs, but we know that there's a lot of officers there that come into our service who are doing the studying and have already got degrees that are, and I've put relevant to the field, but they've already got that high level of standard. So why are we asking them to achieve that again? We don't need to. They've got proof that they've done that standard. So those persons that have got the DCATs, and as we said, 4 modules at the moment, and an honours degree before, they could have an honours degree in law or an honours degree in environmental protection or food manufacturing, etc. You know, we're pretty sort of open to the fact of what a person has in a degree. That would also meet the criteria. We also have one university at the moment who does a postgraduate course. Manchester at the moment, we're going to encourage other universities to do that. I don't know whether you know about this. This is where they take on a person who's got a previous degree, first degree, and then they train them specifically to achieve the DCATs within 1 year, the knowledge in 1 year. So a person could actually go on that course, and then obviously they would have to fulfil the portfolio requirements afterwards. However, what about those already in? So that's for now and for the future. So somebody who can achieve that now. What about the future? We have from our universities, we have documentation to state that the DTS was set at a degree level. So we feel that somebody who's DTS qualified has achieved that standard of training. So what we're looking at now is somebody who's DTS qualified to show how they meet, they've got the qualification, show how they meet the other criteria, which I'll show on the other slide in a moment. But also, what we think is more importantly, and fits into this move by government and by ourselves to think about, you know, our continued professional development, we would like them to provide a personal development plan of how they're going to keep their competencies up in the next year. So, and most of you do this via your appraisal. So it's not something that's sort of alien to you. It's something that can be provided to us, and we'll provide certain documentation to do that. We think that's a good thing to think about, rather than a reflective statement that gets you to think about all the past and how you've kept up your CBD. Something that states that, right, I've got this, I've fulfilled this criteria, but this is what I'm looking at doing in the future to maintain my my competencies. Next stage, so somebody who's achieved the DCA Part 2. Now again, the DCA examinations were set at A-level standard. So again, I can't take it to the Privy Council to say that they were there at first degree level. They were set at A-level. But what we're looking at is a lot of officers I know came into the field and have done the DCA, but have previously also got a degree studying, or are taking a degree now in different things. They could be taking one in business management or whatever. But it is something that if they've got that, or if they've obtained that standard of level of qualification, that will be acceptable. However, there are certain DCA persons out there who have not got a degree level. So what we need to be able to do is give them tools to be able to achieve that. And what we produced a few years ago was the HCCATs, that was set at a level that we could show, we could prove to anybody that was at a degree level, and that's what we're looking at doing at the moment. That's the thing that we've got. Hopefully, in the future, if we can look at other areas to be able to show that training. I mean, need to do some work on qualifications like the diploma in management systems and that, to see whether that is comparable with degree level. And if that's that, and that's what those officers have got, fantastic. That shows that they've done that certain standard of level. The other criteria that we look for, obviously TSI are going to have to administer this, so we're looking at making sure that somebody develops and can use the framework to be able to develop further, to make further progression. We're also looking at insisting that somebody achieves the 20 hours continual professional development each year, and that's based on what we have at the moment. If you have a look at our website, you'll see that it's 10 core hours, so something around the job that you do now. So if you're not going out carrying out inspections in weights and measures and you're in management, it will be looking at what CPD you're doing in that area that helps you with your job. And also 10 other ancillary hours, things like presentations, etc., and writing articles and that. But if you have a look at the CPD documentation, you'll see that is. And we feel that we have the chance now as well to show that this is a professional standard that we're looking at. And we would want to encourage as many people as possible to be in TSI, to show that we have that standard and we're a professional institute and body that certainly can take things forward in the future.